Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a recent statement made by Russian President Vladimir Putin regarding the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. In a candid conversation, he expressed that there is no definitive timeline for the war while also acknowledging Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's concerns and endorsing the vision of BRICS, a coalition of emerging economies. Let's explore the implications of these statements and what they reveal about the current geopolitical landscape. The conflict in Ukraine, now entering its second year, has profoundly affected not only the countries involved but also the global order. Putin's admission of a lack of timeline reflects the complexity and unpredictability of the situation. The war has evolved into a protracted struggle, with both sides entrenched in their positions, and any hope for a swift resolution seems increasingly elusive. When Putin speaks about the absence of a timeline, it signals several key points. First, it indicates a readiness to continue military operations for as long as necessary to achieve Russia's objectives. For Putin, this war is not just a territorial dispute, it's about asserting Russia's influence and challenging Western dominance. His unwillingness to set a timeline could also serve as a message to domestic and international audiences that Russia remains committed to its goals, regardless of the costs. Putin's comments come in the wake of a series of diplomatic engagements with various world leaders. Notably, his acknowledgement of Prime Minister Modi's concerns speaks volumes about Russia's desire to maintain strong ties with India. Modi has often called for peace and dialogue in Ukraine, advocating for a resolution that respects the sovereignty of nations. Putin's endorsement of Modi's views signals a willingness to engage with influential global players, even amidst widespread criticism from the West. The relationship between Russia and India has historical roots, built on mutual respect and shared interests. As countries navigate the shifting sands of international relations, Modi's position as a mediator could prove invaluable. By appreciating Modi's concerns, Putin is not just acknowledging India's importance as a partner but also seeking to align with a leader who represents a significant bloc of emerging economies. Now, let's delve into the significance of BRICS in this context. BRICS, which includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has emerged as a counterweight to Western-led organizations. Putin's endorsement of BRICS reflects a broader strategy to cultivate alliances among emerging economies, positioning them as a coalition that can challenge the existing global order. The BRICS nations have increasingly emphasized their collective voice in international affairs, advocating for reforms in institutions like the United Nations and the International Monetary Fund. By fostering these relationships, Putin aims to create a multipolar world where power is distributed more evenly, reducing the dominance of Western countries, particularly the United States. However, this shift also comes with challenges. The interests of BRICS members are diverse, and achieving consensus on critical issues can be complicated. India and China, for instance, share a complex relationship, and differing views on issues like security and economic policy could complicate the coalition's effectiveness. Nevertheless, Putin's acknowledgement of BRICS highlights the potential for these nations to collaborate on shared interests, especially in the face of Western sanctions and diplomatic isolation. In summary, Putin's statements regarding the Ukraine war and his endorsement of Prime Minister Modi's vision for BRICS offer insight into Russia's current strategic posture. The lack of a timeline for the conflict indicates a commitment to prolonging military efforts, while also seeking to solidify alliances with key players like India. As the war in Ukraine continues and global dynamics shift, the implications of these statements will be felt far beyond the borders of Russia and Ukraine. The evolving relationships among BRICS nations could redefine how emerging economies engage with one another and with established powers. What are your thoughts on Putin's remarks? How do you see the role of BRICS evolving in this global landscape? We invite you to share your insights in the comments below. If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on important global developments. Thank you for joining us today. Together, let's continue to explore the complexities of international relations and the stories that shape our world.